And like I just want to live like that for a week. And if you live like that for a month, you'd be very happy. And when I try to like think about it that way, like the way that I think about it is like I'm gonna. What's the point of life if it's not to be happy? Like I just want to be happy, and I don't want to live every day with like points of happiness that just occur with this dopamine that I get from doing things. And I don't want the dips from the sadness that I get. Like it's more about the sadness than it is about the dopamine, if that makes sense. Right? It's more about that I'm sadder every day is what my motivation is. Like I just don't want to be sad every day, rather than the dopamine spikes. There's nothing wrong with the dopamine. It's all just wrong with the effects that I get from the sadness. And I believe that there is nothing other than the straight up happiness that I can get from living a lifestyle like that. Like waking up at 7 a.m., eating all my food properly, and like brushing my teeth, obviously, taking a bath, then, well, watching something on YouTube, going to all my classes, learning stuff, and then coming back, like revising stuff for 30 minutes or an hour or so, and going to my society meets and just like doing that, and then like coming back, play like an hour of Fortnite, like two games of Fortnite and win maybe, and then like sleep because I have you can say in many ways that sleeping is the cousin to death, right? It is like what we experience, and it's a rest to our bodies, but at the same time it's a curse, because that means you're spending time when you could have been doing something else, and you're spending it resting. And that's what I would think if I was like, if it was actually useful to me. But the thing is that I have built this dumb concept in my brain which doesn't really make any sense. And I'm a pretty smart guy, but sometimes I'm just too smart for myself. Sometimes I just think too much, and I think too deep into things that don't require that level of thinking. uh, when it comes to this, it's like pretty simple. The way I put it, it's freedom from the control that my parents had over this. And it's exactly what I would define as like what we think would happen if we give the government to people like that, if that makes sense, right? If the government was truly for all the people. And it's dumb, but okay. Humor me. Think about it this way: my entire life my parents had control over my sleep. Always told me to sleep before 9 a.m. Sometimes they told after that my curfew extended to 10. Then it got to the point where it was okay to stay awake till 12 if I had to study. Then it got to the point that okay, it's normal for me to stay up till 12, but after 12 I have to sleep. And they had control over it because it was for my best interest, and it was something that sleeping is like something that I took for granted for sure. And I always thought that if I just could cut that sleep, I could have so much more in my life. But then I came here and I cut that sleep, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse, right? Every night I'm staying up till 4 and I'm on my phone doing some shit, or I'm outside, I'm studying maybe. And it's not bringing me any happiness or any serotonin at all. Like, it's not giving me any dopamine either, right? It's just making me even more depressed, right? There's no like, that's the thing, there's no high anymore, right? I've been drained off of the high by keeping awake by to this extent. It's a pretty dumb thing, because people out here are really getting addicted to weed and stuff like that. And I'm out here and I'm saying that I'm staying up till 4 o'clock, I'm doing nothing. I'm studying maybe sometimes, but it's really not like doing anything, because it's shit study. And like it's the same with food. My entire life, I thought my parents had control over my food, and as soon as I came here into this college, I lost control over it, and I thought it should be that way. It should fit me, like my schedule. If I feel like it, I should do it. But the thing is that that's not how it works. And now I'm fatter, and I'm like, I probably have way more body fat percentage, and that's like sadder is that uh, they had control over all these things, and they genuinely were like helping me, and like they were structuring my life to be in a certain way. But I took that as of an offense, and I just said that I should have control over these things, and I can do better with these things, when in reality I couldn't. And now I'm stuck debating and like thinking about things at 12 o'clock, and I'm just like 2 o'clock. It's currently 2 o'clock. It's not normal for any human being to like live off of this much sleep. And the thing is that even if there were people and who were hustling and they were living off of this, they'd just get dumber and dumber. And there were aspects of this like less and lack of sleep which gave the high, and the main aspect was that it really boosted my confidence. It made me think that I'm the man. And for what reason? The reason was that living off of lesser amount of sleep meant that I, as a human being, was superior to someone else who was living off of the same like more amount of sleep but at the same intelligence, because I could just like sleep more and I'd be more intelligent. But that's not how it works. It just made me way more confident, and there was no reason for it to make me more confident. It was just there. Same with eating, it made me feel thinner when I did not get thinner. And it's a false thing that exists, and I just want to warn myself, right? And a perfect like day for me would be to wake up at 7, because I just wanna feel what it feels like to like watch Blue. I used to wake up when I was a kid. I used to wake up and it used to be blue when I woke up. But nowadays it's always like it's like yellow. It's the sun has already come out and it's like the middle of the day. It's 12 a.m. and that's depressing. That is hella depressing. And I just wanna wake up at 7, man. Just wanna go back to waking up at 7, being excited for going to school, and then going to school and just being like it's just being such a cool experience to go back to school. I can't. I took so many things for granted, and I take so many things for granted right now that I can't even think about, because that's how dumb I am as a human being. I mean, I was thinking about it, taking the days where it rained for granted, and now when it rains in my college, I'm sad because that means I have lack of human affection and lack of talking to people. And I used to like really love Saturdays and Sundays when I was a kid. And now come Saturday and Sunday, I have no plans. I do basically nothing, and we just like sad. That's why I just want to go back, man. And I wake up at 7 a.m. I go and I brush and I take a piss, and then I go down and I eat and I take a bath. When I come up, I watch YouTube. I like do that entire thing, and I just do it for months on end, and I just have that amount of happiness in me. But I can't bring myself to do that. And because of that, I'm sick right now. I'm pretty sure you can tell with the nasal like hit. I'm pretty sick right now, and I'm weak inside, and it's harder for me to wake up, and it's like a never-ending process, right? And as a human being, I don't want to feel weak anymore, right? I took too many things for granted. I'm really sad about that, because now the only times that I see my parents is when it's like a long holiday, and when it's like a lot of time, and I just see them and it's too late, because I could have seen them every day, and I could have hugged them every day, but I did not. Now I just miss them, and I fear that they don't miss me as much, and they're gonna forget me. Probably not, but that's a fear in there. So now it's really hard for me to do things, man. It's 2 a.m. right now. I'm gonna sleep. I'm probably gonna wake up at like 10 at the best. I'll be waking up at 10. I have classes in like an hour after that at 11. and I have to do all those things, and I'd be like completely hungry. And if I'm hungry, that means I have to order from outside, like this shitty ass chips. Okay, like, if I was a kid, I couldn't even fathom eating chips as soon as I wake up, right? All I could fathom was maybe like a. And it used to be such good food too, man. It used to be like the best food that you'll ever eat and you'll remember. And I took all of it for granted. I never really like cared for it at all, right? And I could just go for all of that food, right? And I have so much like now I'm sleeping and I'm really really hungry because all I did was like went down and I got myself some Pepsis and I've not eaten anything since then. I have no money because I am like spending it all in like a week or so, and my parents are giving me all that money and they're expecting, for me to not spend all that money. But this is like genuinely it's a very weird moment for me. It's a realization. I have had plenty of realizations in the past month itself, and the thing is that the difference between a man who has realizations and a man who acts on his realizations is that one of them moves, right, and the other one just stays there. So I don't want to be the one who stays there and who just reminisces of all of that, because see, we get some food down here, right? Oh man, and it's so funny because every day I wake up, there's bread there downstairs, like in our hostel, and I can go to that bread and I can eat that bread. But back home, we used to get bread every day because we weren't poor or anything, but we never really ate that bread because it was not part of my diet, and I used to take everything they made for like advantage, and I used to like I used to like she used to make puri, and she used to make aloo with it, and that's potato, and I used to eat that and it used to taste so good, but I just never expressed that amount of gratitude to her because I wanted to eat bread. The reason I wanted to eat bread was so that it was like something that Britishers ate, and I wanted to be more to them. But the thing is, now I could kill for one of her paranthas that she used to make. Uh, she used to make this one with the gobi in it, and it used to be really like it used to be great. And she used to make like and now when I go home now when I go home she's angry at me because I sleep all the time. Mm. And I feel like it's 100% my fault. I have no one to blame on that as well. And I go home and I miss the breakfast, and I miss her leaving because I don't when I go home I don't even have to get to spend time with her because I'm like I need to spend time with her because I'm sleeping all the time, and it's the morning that she goes to her office, and by the time she comes back she's already she's tired. One time that I can really talk to her when she's herself is during breakfast, and I just miss that because I'm sleeping because I'm tired, and then I go up to her and I'm like, this is really hard for me because okay, I have no one else to blame for that because I could have done so much better if I was just like if I thought that consistency would beat this like level of low tier confidence that thrives from whatever I got it from, I have no clue, right? Then I go up to her and I have the audacity to say that I couldn't sleep for those days, but that's on me. The reason that I did not sleep for those days is on me, and How can I ever say that to her? Ah, fuck, man.